Okay. Hi, I'm Sean McCarthy with Twist River Productions, and today I just want to take a few moments and answer some questions that I've gotten over the last couple of years. Questions I get all the time about the photography I do, what kind of photography, and specifically about the dance photography I do. That's why we're up here today in one of the dance studios that I shoot in quite often. How did you get into dance photography? Is probably the most frequently asked question that I get. Actually, I got into it from my commercial side. Long ago, when digital was pretty much in its infancy on photographing people and doing fashion shoots and stuff, I got contacted by a company called Eurotard about photographing their catalogs for them. They make all the different clothing and so on that dancers wear every day and up on stage. So I got into photographing that and started learning about some of the proper techniques and what dancers are looking for in a proper dance pose and so on. And then a couple years later, when my wife and I were getting married, we decided to take some dance lessons together. Actually at this very dance school in this room. At that time, the school had just opened. They'd been only open about 6 months. They saw my work that I had done in the Eurotard catalog because they had it sitting there, and we got to talking about it one day, and they asked me if I'd like to photograph their dance school. I didn't really know what that was going to get me into, but I said yes and went ahead and did the dance school photography for them. I've now been photographing their school for all 11 years that they've been open, going on 12 years. This next year will be the 12th year. I now shoot 5 dance schools around the area, and I've got a couple more that are wanting me to come photograph their schools this next year. I've gotten a very good reputation of being creative and doing unique shots with the kids as they grow older. Obviously, the little kids you can only do so much with. They only know so much in dance. But as they got older, you're able to do a lot more with them. Being in the dance schools often bring in other professional dancers to give workshops, week-long workshops with the kids, the older kids and stuff like that. And that has afforded me the opportunity with them coming in to meet them and get to know them. And by doing that, I've now been able to also photograph a lot of professional dancers and work with more professional dancers all the time on what I call fun shoots. We get together and we just have fun. We get in there and do the shoot. So that, the photographing the schools is my work side, but photographing the professional dancers is what actually I love doing about the dance. One of the main things that intrigues me about dance photography is the lines that are created and being able to stop the action of the dance. As a viewer, when you're watching a dancer perform, all you see is them spin and then go into a jump or something like that. But as a photographer, I'm able to stop that action down to 1/1000th of a second of that whole dance routine that they did. And I can end up getting a shot where you have the dancer's legs going out perfectly straight out in a nice beautiful line, and their back is arched back and their hands are up, and just their fingers, everything about it is just purposely placed so that you end up with this gravity-defying work of art in front of the camera. And capturing that is what I love and what I enjoy doing about dance photography. Stopping that action and showing the person that normally just sits there and watches the dance happen in front of them, showing those stop frames, those little second or moments in time that they don't normally get to see. Sometimes the images almost confuse the viewer in relation to what we normally see with our eyes, because dancers are able to do things like go up on just their toes and do these movements that most of us can't even start to think about being able to do with our bodies. And when we see that in front of us captured in time, and we know it's not digitally altered or anything else, that really does something to the viewer. Probably my number one question when people are looking at my dance photographs is, you photoshopped this, right? Well, can I say I didn't take the image into Photoshop? No, I had to white balance it and things like that. But as far as what the dancer's doing, I just capture what the dancer does. I don't add anything in. I don't get rid of anything that's like, maybe holding them up or that they're leaning against or anything else. When you see my photographs of dancers, you are seeing what the dancer is doing. That dancer actually did that. So that's one of the things I love about it is those lines and so on that you can create. All that being said, find something about photography that you love. It may not necessarily be something you can make money at, but it's something that you like doing. It's images you like to create. Find that And that needs to be your outlet, because when you're working day after day with your camera, sometimes the last thing you want to do is pick up that camera. But that's why we all got into photography. That's why we enjoy doing it. And you have to have that special something for you that is your creative outlet. If you don't have that, then you're going to end up hating photography and not wanting to get up and go to work every day, even though you're doing something you love. So as a final note, just find that thing that you enjoy doing. Mine is dance. I enjoy dance photography. Find your own special thing and do it. Just get out there and do the shots. When you don't feel like doing anything, you want to just sit on the couch, call up somebody. If you need models, or if it's nature photography, just go out and do it. Do your photographs and create and be creative.